1950 by Pius XII. What is the assumption? That Mary, body and soul, is taken up to heaven after her passing from this world. The church doesn't use the word death, and I'm in the minority position that says that Mary never died. So if I ever become Pope one day, I'll kind of clarify that. But only because I tilt in that direction, because when Pius XII was going to declare it, he was actually going to say that Mary, he was going to use the word died. But different things happened before he wrote it that he simply, if you read it, he uses like these verbal gymnastics to avoid the word death per se. Although again, most theologians say that Mary died. If you make the argument that Mary died because she died in imitation of her son, and she does whatever Jesus does, and since Jesus died, she died, okay, fine, Mary died. But the reason why I would argue that she probably didn't is because of Scripture, that it says through death, because of sin, death entered the world. And in the Book of Wisdom, it's hinted at that if there were no sin, there would be no death. And in order to have the totality and the integrity of Scripture, you need someone, it seems to me, that proves that point. That if there is simply a person that's never committed sin, that person should never have died. Hence it points to Mary. But again, most people would say that she died. However, what's the assumption? It's like the resurrection. What happens to Jesus happens to Mary. Jesus is raised up on the third day. Mary comes with her bodily integrity. Not just her soul, but her body as well, intact, without corruption, into heaven. Hence, in heaven, heaven is not spiritual. Heaven is a physical place. It's a physical reality, because there are in-flesh people who are there. Incarnate thirst are living in heaven. That's what it means. And it means all of us, God willing, will be in heaven one day, not just our souls, but our bodies. Heaven is a physical reality. That's what this teaches us. I was at a youth retreat, and there were people who were like, there were like 20 teenagers from East Boston who were there, and we were talking, and we were cleaning up, like they were cooking their own food and stuff like that, so we're in the cafeteria. And during cleanup, teenagers have all sorts of questions. Someone says, "Father, is it wrong to get tattoos?" So we had the tattoo argument going on. And because, you can read things in the Old Testament that says, like, tattoos are, like, evil or, like, they're condemned. I mean, they're condemned in the Old Testament because tattoos could be connected to occult practices and stuff like that. Like, the temple prostitutes had tattoos and stuff like that. And that pagans were using tattoos. If some biker on his Harley has a tattoo, is he going to hell? I mean, no. What do we do? What's the point of tattoos? I mean, so in order to tell a teenager, like, you just say stuff like, can you answer a question for me? Like, when you're 65, are you really going to, like, want that heart on your bicep that says, like, Annie on it or something, and your wife's name is Beth? Just because you're in love with Annie and you're 16? I mean, just using common sense here. So it's good if you can find something to make the teenager decide for him or herself what's stupid and what's not. If you tell them it's stupid, they're going to do the stupid thing. Don't they always do that? Just to annoy you. So you just have to say, I think you can make that decision on your own. But anyway, my argument was, I says, "Father, are tattoos bad?" I said, "Look, in the resurrection of the body, are your tattoos going to be on your body?" And you would all answer, "Well, no." I mean, like we know, in our constituted bodies and the resurrected body, it's going to be perfect. Those of us who are chubby and stuff like that, you're going to be slimmed down. Thomas Aquinas says you might be all 33 years old, like, the vigor of health and stuff like that. Those who don't have hair, we're going to get something back. It's going to be perfect. Okay. Maybe if Jesus has a beard, I think we might all be bearded in heaven. Think about that. So I said, look, in the resurrection of the body, are you going to get your tattoos on your resurrected body? I know they're cleaning. They go like, we get our bodies back?